how many of you think that the ocean is a quiet, peaceful place? Do you fall asleep to the sound of crashing waves? Well, let me tell you, in reality, the underwater world is actually quite loud. Sound carries much better underwater than in air, and it's more like a metro station at rush hour. Highly social animals like bottlenose dolphins take advantage of this property of water to communicate with each other through a complex system of acoustic signals. They have three main types of sounds, and one of them are called whistles, which they use in emotional context and to keep groups together. Within whistles, there are actually two further subgroups, and one of them is known as the signature whistle. As the name implies, the signature whistle provides information about the identity of the caller through a specific sound pattern that they create in the first few months of life, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to recognize each other at a distance. The other type of whistle is known by a few different names, but we will call it non-signature whistle. And while there have been a lot of studies on signatures, the second group has not received much attention. In my PhD, I wanted to understand if dolphins use these types of whistles in different ways. Despite being studied for over 50 years, underwater recordings of wild marine mammals are still difficult to collect. So one big strength of the study is the dataset. What's so special about it? Well, to collect dolphin sounds in the field, we need very good weather conditions, low background noise, and close proximity to the dolphin group. The dataset is over 190 hours long and was collected over 15 years from two populations of wild bottlenose dolphins in Sardinia, Italy, and in the Ria de Rosa here in Galicia, as part of two long-term monitoring studies. In addition to the sounds, there is additional data that was collected visually, like the number and identity of dolphins present and their behavior. This gave me the ability to link many variables to the sounds. I was lucky enough to use this great data set, and I analyzed a random subset of the recordings, identified the signature whistles, and ran my data through some models. My findings revealed something pretty fascinating, and there indeed are some differences. It turns out that dolphins are more likely to use their signature whistles when they're in big groups. Think of it like this. You're in a crowded party and want to catch up with a friend across the room. You'd use their name to grab their attention, right? Well, dolphins do something similar with their signature whistles, using them to connect with specific buddies in the midst of all the underwater chatter. On the other hand, the use of non-signature whistles seem to change depending on what the dolphins are up to. It's like they're tailoring their whistle conversations to fit the situation. For example, they might use them while working together to find food, or when they're just hanging out with their pals, sharing the latest dolphin gossip. What does this all mean? Well, it suggests that dolphins have even more complex layers to their communication than we thought, and that whistles should be studied separately in the future since they are functionally different. So, in conclusion, while we're still a long way from becoming dolphin whisperers, this study gives us some exciting new insights into how dolphins communicate with each other, and who knows what else we can discover if we just keep listening.